Going to watch the grand final. I'm just down in Canggu. Go to a place called The Bench, and they play like all the AFL, NRL and stuff like that. So yeah, this morning went to the gym, knocked out a bit of work, posted my first YouTube, which I was pretty rapt about. And then chilled out for a bit before going to watch the footy. But I think the Storm are gonna get up. I think Broncos were pretty lucky to get through, to be fair. But yeah, up the Storm. Sure, black as. It's Tuesday morning. Just getting ready for Run Club. Go to Continuum Run Club in Bali, which is me. Because the best thing about it is like all the people that go to that particular run club pretty much live here. So, you see the same faces each week. Rather than, meeting people and then, creating a sort of connection, I guess. And then they eat and they leave the next week. These aren't going in for some reason, so. Be using the Antas, the Chinese brand. These are mean shoes. Pretty comfy. They feel like a Nike shoe. I always use these because I used to pull my calf all the time, And then as soon as I started wearing these, I don't know what it is, they provide a bit more cushion or something like that. But I've had no issues with my calf, so I just bought these in China. They're just your standard, I don't know, insole. I think they're a performance one. They've been helping heaps. Like I said, if you've been having calf issues, these are the ones, bro. And then you just swap them in and out your shoes. Tuesday's usually like a speed session. So they'll do like, it always changes. It's like 2 400s or something like that, and then like 1 minute rest in between, then 4 600s, a minute and a half in between, and then 4 800s. Which is sometimes a bit too much volume, for a speed session, I think. Because then you get to a point where you're just so cooked, you end up running the 800s in like your zone 2 pace, which defeats the whole purpose of being a speed session. Alright dog, we out. Only a little bit late. Fucking scooter's got no petrol. See if we make it, Alright, just came back from Run Club this morning. Tough session. Those sessions are always hard. What did we do this morning? So it was a warm up. I was actually a bit late just because my scooter had no petrol in it, so I had to fill it up. Then I was late for the warm up, but managed to get there on time for the actual workout. So workout was 6 500s. And then 3 800s, but I only did 1 800 because the volume was just too crazy, which is probably an excuse, to be fair. But yeah, that was a good session. I'll show you my splits. My splits are on my phone, so yeah, I did my 6 500, sorry. First split was 406, and then 356, 413, 405, 412, 408, and then I did one 800 meter. One 800 meter at 426, which yeah, I'm not too fussed about, to be fair, especially with what my current goal is in terms of just trying to get heavier, trying to put on a bit of size. Rig's still looking pretty tidy.
Good here?
Thank you, brother. Yeah.
Thank you.
Alright, just about to jump on a call with one of the bros. Protein shake as well. I had a bagel before. It was like peanut butter, banana after my run. I'm not a massive fan of like eggs or like fish or having like chicken for breakfast. So yeah, I'd usually go like a smoothie or something like that. But just for convenience, I've just got 2 scoops of protein in here, just to make sure. You know, especially when you're in a bulk, you want to make sure you're splitting your protein up across all the meals that you're having. Because the last thing you want to do is get to, you know, dinner time and then you have to try eat like 80 grams of protein because you missed it in your breakfast. So yeah, I like to try to aim for like anywhere between 40 and 50 grams per meal. So I'm currently 88 kg, so my target is around 170 grams. So if I hit around 50 grams per meal, that usually gets me to like 150, and then I'll top it up with, I don't know, something else throughout the day, with like snacks and stuff like that. So yeah, so 2 scoops in here. I think the amount of protein in each one is, in each serving is 24 grams. Yeah, so that's like 48. And then yeah, should probably be having a little bit more for breakfast, but I'm just in a little bit of a rush today. So yeah, jump on this call. Then got a few more calls throughout the day, and then yeah, eat all my food, do some content, and then yeah, chat. Sup, Al? Just going to grab some dinner. Just walking down around the corner to the satay place that I usually go to. Sustas. Sup, Al? The dogs here, I just want to like pat them and save them all, eh? They're everywhere. Just roam the streets and just chill. I think a lot of people think that they're, you know, dangerous, but honestly, 9 times out of 10, the dogs are like scared of you. You know, you'll go to pet them and they'll just like run away. But I was talking about talking to one of my clients about how convenient it is to have one of these Osmo things. And bro, it's so easy when it comes to, you know, vlogging and doing like YouTube stuff like this. And I was pretty surprised at like how many people sort of, you know, messaged me and said they watched my YouTube. I don't think anyone would want to watch, to be fair. But yeah, it's the main street here. And yeah, going to dinner at this place, which is real nice. It's this like old couple that own it, Indonesian couple. They look kind of busy. I don't know if they're open actually. I thought you might have been closed. You're open?
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 Because like this, finish this, open.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Take your time, no rush. What is this for?
Huh?
What is this for?
Grilled chicken with
Ceremony.
no. Unique
Ah.
Campus.
Ah, okay.
PIB.
Ah, okay.
What chicken satay? What?
Two today. Two today.
Okay.
Two satay today. Is it just you working tonight?
Huh?
Just you working tonight?
Yeah.
With your daughter?
She's sick.
She's sick? Oh, no.
Anthony, thank you.
That's okay. Just helped the old lady out. I think they were making food for a ceremony or something like that. I couldn't quite understand. They're just making all these plates, chicken and like rice and stuff like that, to just help her kind of rearrange a shop back to how it used to be. So yeah, I guess one thing that I did want to touch on was content side of things. So I think everyone nowadays knows that content is the king when it comes to, you know, running a business, trying to build a brand. From my experience, I've been at a point lately where it's just like, you know, stuck overthinking stuff, trying to be authentic, trying not to be like every single fucking other trainer out there. You know what I mean? Then you also get a bit like, you know, start shitting yourself when you put yourself out there too much, or like you get like, you know, comments on your shirt, like negative stuff. I personally think if you're trying to start coaching, start a brand, content is the way to go. It's free. The only thing that it costs you is your time and effort, which I think most of like what you get into or enjoy posting should be the stuff that you actually like doing anyway. Fuck, it's loud. One thing I have noticed is that, especially since moving to Bali, my content doesn't get pushed as much towards people back at home, which is, you know, my sort of target market, I guess. You know, my content was like, I went from being in New Zealand to getting like heaps of engagement to moving over here, and like the engagement dropped off heaps. And I think it's because like the VPN or some shit like that. Even when I look at my like trending audio on my Instagram, got like all the like Indonesian like trending stuff. I don't know, it's probably just an excuse that my fucking content shit, to be honest. But yeah, content is definitely a hard one. I think you've got to be in it for the long run. You've also figured out is like followers actually don't matter. You know, well, it depends what you're trying to post for. If you're just posting just for enjoyment, all good. If you're trying to monetize Instagram, I think right now, in terms of where I'm trying to go, is I'm trying to attract people who, I guess, want to buy from me, or the people who sort of my vibe, like the way I train, like the way I guess get some sort of inspiration from whatever I'm doing, whether it be training, whether it be work, whether it be business. That's my sort of vibe at the moment. I'm not posting I don't really give a fuck about followers. I remember posting this trial reel the other day. It kind of went off. It was like a running reel. It got like 80,000 views and then 2,800 likes, 94 reposts, 202 sends or shares. But it was attracting a lot of people that didn't want, not that I didn't, yeah, that I wasn't trying to attract, if that makes sense. Like the post was unpopular opinion, completing a marathon with no training isn't impressive. So I just chucked that up just to like, you know, I wasn't like trying to actually do anything out of it. I was just like, fuck, I was just like trialing shit. And then this one just started popping off. Yeah, I was getting a lot of followers, but like people who I guess weren't interested in my service. It was just kind of heaps of like random runners and stuff like that. So yeah, I think that's where I'm trying to go in terms of content at the moment. Post towards the people that I'm trying to attract, which is males who are over 100 kgs, trying to get under, you know, 100 kgs, trying to hit double digits, trying to lose weight, trying to return back to, you know, the weight they were when they were back at school. You know, guys who lack structure, motivation. So those are the guys who I'm trying to attract. But then it's also guys who, not just any guy at the same time, like committed dudes. I think the last thing I want for my business is to be attracting like dudes who aren't committed, who aren't actually serious about like wanting to change, because what that does is it just ends up draining energy from myself and my coaches, and I don't want to create an environment or a workspace like that, you know, where my coaches are just continuously having to follow up with these guys because they're not seeing the results, because they're not, you know, sticking to the plan. But yeah, that's the way I'm kind of trying to go at the moment, but then also try to show as much personality as I can, because I think that's what will separate you when it comes to, you know, not being like every single other trainer out there. Fuck, sus the arms. Horse. Alright, just finished dinner. Going to get an ice cream. Go to this shop here. I know I'm a trainer, but I'm human too. I eat chocolate. This one here. Yowza, just finished the gym, did an upper body session Thursday today, then I got a few more chickens to finish off with, and then that's your mahi for the day done. Just wanted to, I don't know, talk about goals, what I'm looking to achieve over the next couple years in terms of the business, in terms of like training and stuff like that. So yeah, I think the ultimate goal for the business would be to build my coaching brand up to where I've got like a few coaches under me. So at the moment I've got one coach under me. So the goal at the moment is to fill him up. Once I fill him up with clients, then I'll bring another coach on and then fill him up with clients. Yeah, I guess the biggest thing about trying to get there has been kind of getting direct with who I'm trying to help and target. Once you get kind of clear with your offer and your niche, it becomes a lot easier to market. So yeah, that is the goal. Also, like, I want to help as many Māori and Pacific Islanders out there, because I know how much potential they have. Yeah, a lot of these Kazis, unfortunately, are overweight. So like, I want to be able to help as many of them as I can get under 100 kgs, get back to, you know, feeling unreal. It's just, you know, being able to get them to take action. So if I can get like, you know, 3 coaches under my belt, build like an unreal, just like bulletproof sales system, and just like, you know, producing content, talking to the people I'm trying to target, have as like a sales team sort of in place. I've already got one person in sales, but yeah, I'd like a full kind of sales team in place. And then after that, I was thinking about it today, my goal would be to create like a hat brand, and I don't know what that looks like. I don't know what the name is. Like, I'm always wearing hat, right? Whether it be training hat, like dad caps going out, like fitted hats. I love hats, and probably big part of that is, you know, having a shit hairline. But yeah, if I could like wear my own hats, you know, and create a brand that is actually mean, people can run in like these hats, you know, wear them out, then yeah, that'll be unreal too. Training. At the moment, training, trying to build to 90 kgs. It's been tough actually lately, you know. It's fucking, the weight's not moving too quick, which is fucking pretty, it's pretty funny. When you're trying to cut, the weight won't go down, and then when you're trying to bulk, the weight won't go up. But yeah, it's just a case of training harder, consistently eating more, not missing any meals, and then yeah, intensity in the gym. So the goal is to get to 90. We'll see if we go to 95, maybe not. Like, I'm feeling the extra weight when I'm running, which yeah, it's fucking, yeah, it's a bit disheartening is the word, when you go from, you know, running like easy 520 splits to like 540 splits and you're struggling. Okay, yeah, I don't know, it's just an excuse really. And then the Bali heat doesn't help as well. But yeah, the goal is to get to 90, then potentially go to 95. And the reason why I'm doing that is because obviously I'm getting old. The older you get, the harder it is to put on muscle. I know a lot of guys are using like peptides and TRT and stuff like that and steroids, but I'm gonna try go as far as I can without, you know, having to use that shit. And I feel like I've got the, you know, build because I'm short, and the genetics to, you know, do it without it. So long term, I want to do an Ironman, like a full Ironman. I did Iron Māori last year, but I want to do a full Ironman. You know, I want to be like the koro, is like smoking all the young buck. Yeah. Reason for the bulk anyway was to get super lean for myself. I'd have to get down to like 76 kgs, 77. Like I was 79 at one point, which I was like super lean. But like there was still sort of, I didn't want to go down to 76 kgs, if that makes sense. Because the lighter you are as well, the lower you end up having to eat less food. You don't get to eat as much food. Basal metabolic rate just goes down due to how much you weigh, you know, and how much muscle you have on your body. If I bulk up, like to say for example 95, and then I can cut back down to like 85 and sit there like super lean, but then holding like an extra 5 kgs of muscle, that'll be like way more ideal. You get to obviously eat a lot more food and it'll probably just look better, I guess. The hardest things with the bulks is, I think I've found it pretty easy, to be fair, but the hardest things I think most people struggle with is not seeing it through. You know, they won't have like they'll have like a target weight that they want to get to, and they'll go like 2 kgs short and then just go into a cut because, you know, they're feeling fluffy or they got an event coming up. Yeah, they don't see it all the way through. But I think the biggest thing for me is just kind of thinking long term, this is going to benefit me. And like falling a couple kgs short of my goal is like, it's not worth it, you know what I mean? So you fucking might as well keep going to the end. So yeah, to get to 90, potentially 95, continue on running. I've been noticing, like, because I've been running like 5k every morning, just super easy, nothing too intense. It's been helping me digest my food, like not feeling too bloated, because obviously when you're bulking you're fucking just eating food all the time, you know what I mean? And then it just sits there, and I hate walking. I can't stand walking, so I'd rather run. 5k run, you probably burn calories, but it's so easy to kind of eat them back, you know what I mean? In terms of where do I see myself next year, I'll probably spend another year in Bali, so go home and then come back and I don't know, potentially look at moving somewhere else. I don't want to go back to Wellington, potentially Australia, I don't know, we'll see. Gold Coast, got a few mates over in Gold Coast, yeah, Gold Coast I think would be the vibes. Other than that, I think those are the goals for now. Yeah, coaching, a few coaches under me, a few coaches on board. Once there's a bulletproof sales team, then boom, hair brand. Get the hair transplant next year, hopefully. And then training, 90 kgs and 95. And then long term, maybe next year or the year after, do a full Ironman. That is it. Cheer YouTube. Fuck, look at the pump. Ooh.